IMSA fans, we have the amazing Bill Auberlen here with us. We are at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta, site of Motul Petit Le Mans, IMSA's season finale, 10 hours of racing on Saturday, Bill. We're doing this new feature called Crucial Corner, and you said, you know what, turn 3 at Road Atlanta is the key to nailing a fast lap. Those amazing S's behind us, to get through there super fast, there's some things you say you have to do leading up to it in order to nail a lap. Why don't we go take a look and have you teach us?
I can't wait. All right, the key to turn 3 doesn't start in turn 3, it starts in turn 1. You are zipping down that front straightaway, you click from 5th gear to 4th gear, dive it in, hit the bump on the inside of turn 1. Now you're tracking out. You are on the edge of that traction control. You are right up on it. You're tracking out. Now your brain says, I need to set up for 3. So you have to rip that steering wheel from that side of the track to this side of the track. It's so important when you come into turn 3, you are parallel to the entry curbs on the left, and that is the setup for turn 3.
So looking at this, Bill, as we walk uphill, you can see how you are having to do some massive steering wheel work left and right. You've got big G-forces coming through turn 1, chucking you over to the left side. You're having to fight that to come back to the right, get the car settled, right? Because you don't want to have the car falling all over itself. You need to fire back to the right side of the track, like you said, let it get settled for a moment, but then you're cranking in left to get set up for turn 3 again. You're asking the car to do a lot of stuff in a short amount of time.
A lot of stuff. Everything is telling you, I am fully loaded in 1. How am I going to make it get over to the right to set up for 3? And like you said, you have a very short period of time to straighten this thing out, get parallel to this curbing on the left. Sometimes you even nip it with the tire, which kind of upsets the car. Now it's ABS all the way in. You're on the ABS control of the brakes. Then you need to release the brakes, turn right, and take a massive amount of curb. It's, do I put 4 wheels on it? Do I put 2 wheels on it? And then, how good did my engineer set up those shock absorbers? We have something called blow off. It's like as if somebody went over a speed bump in a parking lot and you have that shock just disengage and go out of the way. And then that speed of that shock that went up needs to be a different speed when it comes down. Otherwise you'll have blow off on the way down.
Compression, right? Rebound.
You need to catch it. And this is all so important. And then that sets you up for turn 4 and down through the S's in turn 5. You get one piece of this rhythm wrong and that whole part of the track is going to be gone.
So handling, as we know, a massive part of any BMW that you buy. Your Turner Motorsport BMW M4 GT3, beautiful platform. Here is the setup, as you mentioned, on the left side heading towards turn 3. You've got the yellow paint here, the yellow line. These curbs, a little rough, not as crazy though at the apex of 3, but you're needing to straddle this and decide how hard, how much you're going to unsettle the car over this to try and get that perfect line through.
Exactly. This almost, because I'm coming up in 4th gear, if I touch the wheel on this car, on this curbing, it doesn't like it. So I just nip it sometimes, just trying to buy every piece, every inch of land I can to be as straight as I can through turn 3. And as we walk up here, turn 3 is kind of invisible right now. It's when I just get on top of it. It's a timing issue that is instinctual. It is not visual. You need to know when I get here, it's 3, 2, 1, pull the wheel and now set up and hope you hit that curbing within an inch of perfection. Put 4 wheels on it, it's too rough. Put 2 wheels on it, it's even worse. So it's the perfect amount of just jamming over that curb in order to be smooth. And there, you hit it once every 5 times and you're like, that was perfect. I need to do that again. And you don't exactly know how to repeat it, but you're always aiming for that perfection of flight over that curbing.
Why don't we now go look at the fun part you mentioned, flight. And so photographers, videographers, this entire Road Atlanta circuit is amazing. No one would argue otherwise. But if we're talking about visuals and the spectacular, it's the taking flight off of the apex curbing here at turn 3. Not only will we see many cars 3 wheels, if you're nailing it, we'll get you on 2 wheels with both right side wheels off the ground at night. That is where it gets spectacular. Sparks, rub strips as you compress, hitting the track coming down. This, fans, this is the place if you want to see fireworks at night. Turn 3, Petit Le Mans. Bill, tell us about firing towards this apex curb here at turn 3 and everything it leads to going downhill. This is where the party starts.
Look how big that curb is. That curb is inviting you to just run it over, right? So you put 2 wheels on it in a certain way and it works. 4 wheels, maybe too much. It's downhill, it's to the right. You're gonna use all the real estate on the track out. The trick is you use too much, you can't be flat through turn 4. So you have to use just the right amount so that when I land full throttle, traction control is ripping away. So all you hear is banging and popping of the motor trying to reduce the power for the wheel spin. And then off I go through here. It is super exciting. In the old days, you would have never done this. The car would have fallen apart after 3 hours. The cars are built so well now. Our BMW M4 is so strong, you can blast this curb for 10 straight hours and it will take it. Knock on wood, I hope I didn't just jinx it, but you will abuse the heck out of these things and they take the abuse lap after lap. Like you said, there will be times you land so hard as a driver that the impact goes straight through your spine and you're like, oh, that one hurt. The car takes it, but it will beat you up as a driver for 10 hours.
It's kind of happy pain, if that's the way to put it, because you know your back just killed you, but you know you probably nailed a perfect way through the corner. And look at this, there's varying levels of deterrence here. We have the modest curbing and cuts through here to start, but then you look at the height of the rumble strips on the inside, Bill. That is the use at your own peril message from the track here.
This is, so imagine if I take so much, I will be airborne so long that I can't land and recover to make the finish of the corner. So it's about how much do I take, how high do I fly in the air. You'll see pictures that are crazy, 2 wheels way up in the air. The trick is blend that flight to a proper landing. When you come down on the floor, flat out through turn 4, and by the time you get to turn 5 on the perfect lap with your brand new Michelin tires, then you just yank the wheel to go down through the S's and you can do it flat for about 3 laps. And there is nothing more exciting than that.
That is the way to a fast lap around Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta, from a master, from factory prototypes to GT cars to even GTD fun that you're having now. Bill's always been a rocket around here. Thanks for not only the education, but bringing fans inside. One of the keys, be here. Come to turn 3 and watch these madmen and women fly through here. It's one of the great spectacles of Motul Petit Le Mans.
Make sure you follow along with us on IMSA's official YouTube channel and follow IMSA Racing on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with some pretty cool people with some pretty cool race cars. Visit IMSA.com to hear the action called live and download the official IMSA app to follow the timing and scoring information as the sessions take place.